I was able to then sit down and play through MK11 Aftermath story mode
Okay.
to finally
All
catch
right.
up on what happened.
So Shang Tsung shows up. That's what happened.
Yes, and
That, I'm gonna assume that's what the like 95% of what matters.
that
Is
is
that
100% of what matters.
yeah, okay.
It is in effect 100% of what matters. Everything else mattering is just a layer on top of that you know bedrock, if you would. Shang Tsung existing is the bedrock, and then from there you're like, hey, look, it's Sindel, right? And then we get all kinds of fun things. So, step one is Sindel shows up, and obviously, with that we get the newfound interaction of Sindel and Shao Kahn, power couple, where like Shao Kahn is like, wife, it is good to see you.
Oh, seriously?
Have you been? Are you super impressed by the skulls that I crush, wife? And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to watch them hanging out, and just yeah, they're trying to do their best. I don't know, maybe not, not Jay-Z and Beyonce. Maybe not Ye and Kardashian and Kim. I don't know who.
What
But
about Triple H and Stephanie McMahon?
perhaps Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. There you go. Thank you. Um, and he definitely yells it, and she's super down. So that's a fun interaction. Of course,
Oh, this dog smells.
yeah, he should.
Oh, pretty sure he just farted into my elbow.
It traveled up the
Gross.
finger. You get to check out Fujin, who, I don't know if you know much about Fujin. Why would you? But that's
He's
the
the
Raiden.
wind god. He's got a ponytail.
That's the Raiden brother. He showed up in MK Mythologies and then in MK4, and yeah, exactly. So he walks out, and then you're like, "What's up with this? What's going on, Raiden's brother? What's your deal? And where have you been? And what's going on?" And then guess what? Turns out he's the not dick Raiden. He's just
What?
better Raiden.
He's just chill riding.
He's chill Raiden. And everyone's like, oh my god. Yeah, we'll take more of that, please. Because the dude whose entire plot always revolves around him losing his cool and attacking Liu Kang because he's holding the fucking thing and getting all uppity. It's like, yeah, his brother's way more chill. And
Raiden has, like, over time become a complete failure.
and the plot has
Like, just
revolved around it. The plot has
top
leaned
to
in,
bottom.
and to be and it's and you know the whole aspect of him being like mind controlled and shit like that is always a part of it, of course, but it doesn't change the fact that, like, from the jump, ever since we saw like the Dark Raiden days and stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, his whole deal as the mystical mentor, like, connected to the gods that can, give all the combatants like the will of the elder gods and tell them the way. It's like, yeah, you've just gotten more and more like rigid and assholey and sort of like untrustworthy, as a
It's
source of divine information.
it's still like, why did you send the shittiest message you could back to yourself? That could have meant anything. He must
Yeah.
win. Like,
Yeah.
you're stupid, Raiden.
I mean, there's that, but then there's the overall, just like, I am the mentor here, right? This is me teaching you. But then power levels get called into question. And there are times when you are not the strongest person in the room, Raiden. And also you've made mistakes and you've been tricked and you've been proven to be just as gullible as everyone else, but you still demand all the authority of a mentor.
Remember when all the
clearly
shadow
stakes
dudes were
have
just
changed.
pushing his shoulders around in that little circle?
Yeah, just giving him shoves.
Like,
Just
that's
giving him
Raiden's whole life now.
from West Outworld, born and raised, like just getting fresh princed around in a little circle, waiting for him to get picked up and spun around on his shoulders. You know,
I remember when we saw that, we lost our minds. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, it is a sorry state of affairs, made even worse by the fact that his brother shows up and he's cooler, he's chiller, and like
man.
he even has a moment of like, breaking it down for Jax and just being like, "Hey dude, I get it. I understand. I remember when I was a kid and like Raiden was a huge douche to me too, and it sucked. So I can feel what you're feeling."
But you're the god of the wind. Why would Raiden be a huge douche to you?
They had a whole thing. They had like, well, they have a whole thing with their relationship. But in the end, Fujin is just way better overall, and yeah, everybody should be like, "Where's Fujin?" whenever he's not on screen. I would like to also note, as I have to, that there has never, and I mean like not even second place, not even remotely close, ever been a character as universally diarrheaed upon as Kotal Kahn in any fighting game plot.
That is a definitive statement.
It's the most. I was waiting to see how bad it would be, and we have hard confirmed, as of Aftermath, that no one gets it anywhere near as disrespectfully and as badly as he does. Because other people lose fights, and he loses fights, but he's the only one that also not only loses fights, but he gets shit talked about him when he's not on screen by other characters. And, like, he gets shown to be, like, extra incapacitated when he's in his little healing tube. And everyone's like, "Dude, get the fuck out. We gotta heal more important characters than you." And
are you serious?
He's just, like, he can't get an ounce of respect, like from the fucking being pilloried up to getting just shit talked off screen. And then, losing the fight that a bunch of other characters fight, and clearly, there's dire consequences. But in his case, they camera big zoom in on, look at how rough Kotal gets it. The back break was the one thing back in the old game, and then the first part of Aftermath is everyone talking about how fucking broken his back is.
Okay.
And then the second...
I was there for the jobbing in 10. X, and I was there for the jobbing in 11 with his back broke. But the fact they're like making fun of him in his tube,
and now we're at a point where it's just like, he flops out of the tube and he still tries to fight with dignity, but he's all weak and drunk, so he can't. So he flops over and gets wrecked.
Well, then what's the point of him bringing him out of the tube?
Because they had to put Sindel in the tube. But anyway, and then
Sindel sucks.
Yeah, but she's more plot important. Now, to be fair, he gets completely dunked on by none other than Sheeva, who, I don't know if you've seen her in this game, but she is a cute, and she makes the heart go doki doki, and she needs to be protected.
Doki Sheeva MK11.
Sheeva is great and needs to be protected, but not really, because she can do it herself.
She's a fucking World of Warcraft orc now.
She's great. She's great.
She's just straight up a World of Warcraft orc. That's really funny.
I saw her as like a Bowser's daughter kind of look, where you get the horns and the mohawk, and you're like, yeah, you can't unsee it. It's right in there. But yes, Considering old Sheeva to new Sheeva, the glow up has never been more powerful, and I'm all about it. I'm very, very happy with new Sheeva. She's great. And yeah. Anyway, Kotal gets fucking wasted, and then the camera like zooms in on it, and it's big like 3D hold it up for everybody to see it fail. Kotal moment, which only him, you know, only him and people that like are cameo deaths, like the heads that get tossed by Aaron Black's intro, or like the Crypt Keeper, you know, like a bunch of or Crypt Guy rather. It is a level of fucking pain being a Kotal Kahn fan, and that's all there is to it.
Why is it like this?
I made the mistake of liking a Mesoamerican Aztec warrior who seemed pretty cool. And
why did they make this cool character just to horribly stomp his nuts?
Well, because he gives you the energy that you get off of characters like Sagat or Wamu, right? Big evil, but big honor. And,
oh my god, they kick his head down the fucking... Jesus
and
Christ.
big evil and big honor, like, often go for the strong second in command that gets betrayed, and it goes how it goes. But I like those characters. I'm down with that. That's fine to me. But like, it's one thing for them to get like, you know, betrayed in the show or in the story, and then like everyone goes, "Oh, you asshole," you know, like that guy he had his own dignity or whatever. But in this game, like, the world and the camera are just, like, teaming up to dunk on him and just pee all over his grave. So, anyway, someone says it's kind of like Worf.
It is very, very, very much kind of like Worf.
Okay.
Like Worf and so you're not super familiar with TNG, but
I mean, I've seen random episodes on back when I was a kid, you know.
Yeah, but you got to see the whole picture to really feel what I would call the Worf problem. Worf is established. He's a Klingon. He's fucking gigantic. He's super strong. He's a great warrior. He's incredible, right? So when we have a big scary monster or a person who's particularly good at fighting or whatever, we show that Worf is beaten by them or can't do it or whatever, right? And to show, oh man, this guy's so strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except they do that like actually 100 times.
To prove how strong the threat is.
Right.
They can't brute force it.
Like Worf gets to show off in TNG. I want to say like 4 times ever.
Wow. Okay.
Like
okay.
ever. And twice are in 1 episode.
He exists to be a measure of physical power to show that the threat cannot be surmounted by just beefing it.
And on top of that, he has a problem named Data, which is Data the robot. He's the smartest guy on the ship, right?
Yeah, Data's great.
Data is orders of magnitudes stronger than Worf. And can do all sorts of crazy robot shit.
Okay.
So you have these scenes where Worf is now being shown to like job to the robot because, oh my god, like look how fucking strong Data is. But if Data's so fucking strong and he's smart, well, what the fuck is the point of Worf?
Yeah, okay. So you've designed a heavy to be big and beefy, like a Nappa, and then an android shows up and it's like, well, I'm a robot. I have robot strength, so
I'm also sending you a video right now, which you don't have to watch. You just have to note the timestamp.
Okay.
And it's a 15-minute montage of every suggestion Worf has ever made on the bridge getting shot down.
Oh, okay.
Because they're explorers, and they're like, hey, guys, hey, look at that probe. That probe's scanning us. What should we do? We should shoot it, Captain. No, Worf. Fucking
So the
always.
Worf problem is not Worf's fault.
No.
Okay.
And so then he comes on to DS9, and they're like, okay, well, we're not going to do that shit again.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
But
the Kotal problem is partially Kotal's fault because there's a couple times where he picks fights he shouldn't be picking.
Yeah.
But then there's the times when he's totally like, "No, that's fair. That's the time to go for it." Especially when he's got Jade, right?
yeah,
And I don't know if you remember Jade, but Jade was hot. She's great.
Jade's great.
And
You know why he's got Jade?
Hmm?
Because he's green.
Yeah. Totally.
That's the total actual reason, and I will
That's-
fight anyone that says
That's
otherwise.
correct. That's correct. and Jade and Kotal are a power couple too. I suppose power bottom couple. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
they do their best, and I just feel
Jade's cool.
But at the end of the day, the world itself has something out for Kotal, and they make it known. They make it known. I feel like if there was a cutting room floor of like outtakes, it would have been him stubbing his toe and like getting his breakfast pushed in his face, or just like it just
Having that awkward trip, like on the step going into your kitchen, and he takes that awkward fall and hits his temple on the corner of a sharp table.
You know how Tekken treats Lee, or how Street Fighter treats Dan?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's not a joke in this case.
There's
it's just
humor to it.
There's no humor to it at all. At least Nikali has the decency to show up and get punched and then call it a day, right? They don't continue to shit on him off screen.
He basically disappears from Street Fighter after Ryu throws that one fireball at him.
Essentially, he punches him. It's not just a fireball. That would be really bad if it was, but it wasn't.
Here's the one fireball. Oh,
okay, but actually, then like it does bear worth. It is absolutely worth noting that like Shang Tsung fucking kills it. He's super great in Aftermath and easily the best part. Like steals the show with his performance, and yeah, the fact that they went through the trouble to like go back and get all the movie references in there and get the actor and everything like that. Like it pays off really nicely. And
that dude's the best part of that movie.
They do a great job, like bringing he's the best part of the movie, and then so that when they bring him into this, he's the best part of this too.
Does he say the line?
He says all of them.
Yeah.
He says every single one of the lines, like nonstop. He can't stop saying them. So yeah, it is really, really great. And overall, I was like, fuck yeah, Aftermath. That was good. The only thing I was a bit, disappointed with was I was sitting there with Reggie waiting to see the portal open and just hear the zzz, dish, 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 da, 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 da. But it never happened. I wanted to see who can we call in this time of need. And RoboCop and Joker come walking out, and then Spawn flips in behind them.
And then Sting.
Sting
comes in too.
I wanted to see them all standing there ready to defend against Chronica, but we never got there.
Yeah, I imagine the rights holders are like, no, we're not doing that.
Portal out of the ground. Arnold has the thumb up, and he reverses his way out of the portal. He goes, "I am here too." No, they have no role whatsoever. So.
Oh well.
And here's the bit, right? I get it. That's some goofy shit. But to that I say, look at Tekken. They got Akuma in there canonically, and it was great.
Probably the weirdest thing I've seen a crossover do in a fighting game is that, yeah, Akuma's just here the whole time.
But it's weird in a way that you have to respect its balls, because they basically went, no, this is a guest character, but we're committing to his importance.
Yeah, it's like Street Fighter and Tekken. They're just happening side to side. Like the Street Fighter characters just aren't interested in the King of Iron Fist tournament.
Yeah, that city is over there doing its own thing. We don't care about the Devil Gene. We've got the Satsui no Hado to worry about.
We got our own magic evil crap to deal with.
Yeah, it's kind of like how like in the Street Fighter world, like as long as you're an adult, you're dealing with adult problems. But if you happen to be in high school, then the rival school story is happening.
Yeah, your principal's like a lightsaber ninja monster. And it's like,
or fucking Grappler Becky's dad, and you've just got to deal with that. But once you get out of high school, then you're like, oh yeah, Street Fighter, let's just go do that.
oh, yeah, okay. Or Final Fight if you live in New York.
Or Final Fight if you live in Metro City. Yeah. All of these worlds just hanging out, and it's like, where are you? That's your problems. And like, you do have to wonder if like anytime one of the bad guys gets to global catastrophe level power up threat, if like everyone just kind of looks up and sees the skies darkening, and then like they're just like, oh yeah, no, but that's a high school problem. Those kids got it. It's fine.
Yeah. No, hey, youth will handle it. Kids today, they're all right.
You know, if it's not a my world problem, or if it's not a my city problem, then it's fine.
Then Kazuya turns to Ryu and he goes, "All right, so we gonna go fuck up Wolverine or not?" He's like, "I don't know."
Yeah, I don't mind after Akuma. I don't mind the commitment to a guest in the plot, except for the part where if the future requires that guest to be referenced, but the legal has not been worked out, then fu-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Because what happens if you have to talk about what happened Tekken 7's events, but Capcom ain't on board anymore, you know?
I don't know, man. They're cool.
Some games have just done things like make reference to the character, but like they just refer to him as like, oh, the Oni, you know? They would just say like, oh yes, the demon that was summoned by what's her name?
Yes.
You know?
Yes, the
like
girl.
Like, yeah, like there's a
What's her
point
name?
where fucking whatever, Heihashi's wife.
Kazumi?
Yeah. What? Yeah. So they would just refer to it like that or something.
Kazumi, yeah, nailed it.
Dizzy gets referred to as like the Maiden of the Grove at one point just to avoid legal issues. So, you know, that's how they figure it out. It's good. Aftermath is cool. And it ends on a very fun okay, I had predictions about where MK11's story was going to go based on its ending.
Seemed to be like big reboot time.
Humongous reboot time. Let's go back and rewrite the universe, and we can do anything with any time and bring in an all-star cast or not, or new people, what old people. Just reboot the whole series, right? Felt like that was what was going to happen. Then Aftermath kind of goes, maybe not. But then it does end on a cool little stinger, where like, you know, well, whatever, slight spoilers if you didn't go back and see it, but like you get to actually see the great Kung Lao. So that's fun, and we can see where that goes because that dude's strong. Yeah, so caught up a little late on that, but it was a good time.
Is he really big?
No.
Okay, then I'm looking at the wrong thing.
He's just a cool Shaolin monk.
Okay.
And then maybe we can get
man.
Shaolin monks too.
What if the next Mortal Kombat is like the ancient one, and there's Scorpion's great grandfather, Scorpion, in it.
Just these ninja clans have no originality whatsoever.
It's gonna be reverse Tekken.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, look, it's me, dude, Coldman.
The Shirai Ryu and the Lin Kuei absolutely are gonna have those same names, just going back in time, and it'll be like, nah, shut up though. It's whatever. There's a scar on a different eye.
Oh,
don't worry about it.